Welcome back to the Crypto Winner, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's right. You hear enthusiasm in my voice, regardless of the fact that Kraken is now being sued for the second time. And now Binance is being gone after. And they want $4 billion to settle it all. Well, I tell you something. It reveals exactly what we've known on this channel, and I'm going to share it with you today. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, $1.45 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is off by 1.2%, 36,800 plus for Bitcoin, and just under 2,000 at $1,992 and change for Ethereum, 87.8 billion plus for Tether. But for how much longer, I'm asking today? Oh yeah, we're about to peel it back today. You better watch out. XRP 60 cents. We're off by 2.2 in the 24-hour and off by 8.2 in the 7-day. But it's okay with me because I know what I hold. I'm not trying to sell a used car. I'm just telling you my digital perspectives. We're ranging between 60 cents on the low end and 62 cents on the high end. We see that 60 cents, according to the technical analysts, is a very crucial point. And if we stay below 60 cents or 60 cents or below for 2 days, we may revisit 52 cents for a support level. So keep your head on a swivel there. Now, looking right here, we also see the dollar Dixie, which is an inverse correlation to the crypto market, which means dollar up, crypto down. Dollar down, crypto up. Well, breaking the 103 threshold here, according to XRP Crypto, could be the game changer for risk on assets. And as you can see, there is a moment coming right here. And we appreciate XRP Crypto so much. He does incredible work. Give him a follow. Then there's always these price glitches. What is going on with this price glitch that's showing over $37,000 for XRP perpetual contracts? You know, I always find it interesting that we see that. And obviously, it must be some kind of liquidity issue or a actual glitch on the platform, right? But it is quite interesting. I don't ever really see this happening in the space for other assets. Maybe I'm missing it. But nevertheless, we move on. Ripple launches XRP Ledger Campus Ambassador Program to incentivize the community. I don't know of anyone else that's working harder to really create incentives for innovators to make their way into this space through the XRP Ledger and the advantages thereof. Ubri, all of it. Right down to this project as well. Then there's this here from Matthew Linai. Shout out to Matthew. Give him a follow. Capgemini collaborates with Euroclear for successful launch of digital financial market infrastructure. This is key. Can anyone confirm XRP, XLM, Hedera, or Chainlink, or any other protocols that are being implemented? That is the question here. So if you guys have any information you could lead to that, we would certainly appreciate the collective effort in doing so. Now, there was this post not long ago here from Medico shouting out, basically saying, great to see so many key industry stakeholders such as Fidelity and Euroclear and others. Now, it doesn't constitute an actual partnership, but you can see there is a touch there. So if you can provide any more information, we'd appreciate it. Here's where the real story begins today, ladies and gentlemen. Binance faces a $4 billion demand from the U.S. Justice Department, potentially leading to one of the largest crypto settlements. Well, let's take a listen here from CoinDesk, Bloomberg rather, and CoinDesk was just purchased by the former president of the New York Stock Exchange. So he can control the narrative for crypto that him and all his big institutional buddies are about to roll into. This market doesn't belong to us anymore. And not too long from now, I don't think it'll belong to Tether either. I'll explain in a minute. Oh, come on now. Play nice. It doesn't want to...
This is a massive penalty. What other terms are being discussed to resolve the case?
So we also know that negotiations involve talk of possibly criminally charging Changpeng Zhao, who is the CEO of Binance. That's something that's been on the table. We know that the investigation so far has dealt with issues such as money laundering, sanctions, potential sanctions violations, and, potential bank fraud. So these are some of the charges we could see crop up. All of that is still in negotiations currently. This is fluid, but it does just show that the case is nearing an end.
What are the potential criminal violations that could see Binance being accused of at this point?
So as I mentioned, there are a couple things. There are potential, allowing people to evade sanctions in Russia and Iran. There is money laundering. They've been being investigated for money laundering violations. They've been under investigation for bank fraud. So these are some of the issues that we could see crop up. We also know that they've been facing scrutiny for potentially allowing Hamas to use the platform. That's something that came up in another regulator lawsuit, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. So these are all things we're keeping an eye on, all things that could potentially, come to light here.
Well, there is a lot that I think is going to come to light, and this isn't the only thing. I want you to hear now about the network effect from the ticking time bomb known as Tether. How many years have I been telling you about Tether? Could be a very big problem, ladies and gentlemen.
Just one quick question. You mentioned the network effect. Isn't there a network effect on two levels, like the asset itself, which is the means of exchange, and also the transaction layer, which transact the asset, and both are kind of independent, right? So there are independent mechanisms in play, finding out which is the best to get standardized around it. Or would you disagree?
This is the reason Tether is around, and everybody plays musical chair game with this network effect. One day it will just stop, but who knows when?
Are you hearing that? Now, some of you right there are going, no, Brad, that was Tether. What the hell's that got to do with the $4 billion potential settlement for Binance? I'm about to tell you. Stay with me. Trust me, I'm going to land the plane. You know I'm going to land the plane. Bittrex wrecked. This is what happens when Tether Fraud Exchange has to become compliant. It dies in a fire. Bittrex Global's statement here is, it was with great regret that we inform you that Bittrex Global has decided to wind down its operations. Effective Monday 4 December 2023, all trading activity on Bittrex Global will be disabled. After that date, customers will only be able to withdraw assets as part of the winding down process. All our customers are strongly encouraged to log into their account and withdraw assets as soon as possible. All funds and tokens remain safe and secure on the Bittrex Global platform and are available for withdrawal in accordance with applicable law and terms of service at any time, right? Okay, so let's get into this, because the reality for me is what we're seeing here isn't just the exchanges gone after. What we're seeing is the access points for liquidity that supports the lifeblood of USDTether. Write it down. Write it down. Yes, the exchanges are under attack. Yes, crypto is under attack. Yes, Gary Gensler is now suing and claiming that another 11 tokens are in fact securities. But the larger front on crypto that is taking place is coming for USDTether. Don't believe it. It's still true. He has said it himself. We've played it on this channel. Gary was first at MIT crypto scammer. Listen to this.
Maybe you're going to have to give some ownership. Maybe you'll have to give 50% of your ownership to the 20 banks that are now, part of this.
When I look at all of this, I'm showing this as a reminder. Control, power, relevance. Governments, central banks are never going to give it up. You think they've been sitting back and watching USDTether for years? There's been suspicion that USDTether has been compromised and under control of the Department of Justice for multiple years, tracking illicit activity without people realizing it. And now we're seeing specific exchanges either collapsing or being targeted, knowing full well that it's really a larger point about getting to the access for liquidity of USDTether. I have said it for a long time now. If you're in a position in crypto and your only on and off ramp is USDTether, what in the world are you going to do if I end up being right? What are you going to do? How are you going to get out of that asset, that position, if there is no on and off ramp, if Tether gets pulled? Look, the Tether parent exchange is winding down. It is just as it is said here. This is what happens when Tether Fraud Exchange has to become compliant. It dies in a fire. Now, is that 100% accurate? I can't answer that. But I tell you what, my speculation and my spidey senses have been tingling for years about all of this. How is it that you think the U.S. government, the Treasury, and the Federal Reserve, the private central bank that only has dollars to sell and bonds for them, has sat back for more than a decade and watched Tether just do its thing without any fallout? We'll see. Jesse Powell warned other cryptocurrency companies about the hefty cost of legal battles in the United States. He advised them to relocate operations out of the nation. Powell estimated that litigation in the SEC would cost more than $100 million, and the $30 million that they paid 8 months ago only buys you about 8 or 10 months, he says. Here they come again. John Deaton says he came forward to address the ongoing SEC lawsuit with the Kraken. And you know what? A lot of this really hinges on what's going to happen with Coinbase's decision against the SEC. We will see there too. But nevertheless, it says here, as per the SEC's report, Kraken has made hundreds of millions of dollars illegally enabling the buying and trading of cryptocurrency asset securities since at least September 2018. The SEC claims that Kraken provide traditional exchange broker, dealer, and clearing agency services without registering any of those responsibilities with the commission as required by law. Now, why didn't they address this the first time around suing them? You know, and shout out to John Deaton here. So he knew immediately in here. John Deaton argued that that would make a Google form to take queries and complaints from Kraken users. Praising the crypto exchange, he addressed the SEC as pretending to protect digital asset, but isn't. It says, adding to the post, he told customers, we will fight to have our own voices heard. And no doubt about that, John Deaton will make that so. But here's a little twist to all of this. Yeah, the head of OTC right here, at Kraken has continually called XRP a security as late as last week and publicly supported the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple time and time again. He goes back to highlight this. The SEC, also compared to Coinbase, seems to hammer on Kraken's operations that may raise conflicts of interest. It discusses Kraken's OTC, over-the-counter desk, where Kraken was the MM and the market maker, and the Kraken ran its own prop desk through only or for half of 2020, it seems. You know, this is quite interesting here this week that the OTC desk is mentioned in the SEC lawsuit against Kraken, when it turns out the person, this lady right here, the head of OTC operations, is the one being targeted in this lawsuit here at Kraken. But yet she can't stop telling everybody as late as last week that we're still a security. Well, careful what you wish for. I think you've got bigger fish to fry. You know, this is one of the reasons I believe that, you know, yes, I believe John Deaton had it square on the nose. XRP lawsuit was used as a weapon. But I go one step before that and say that there was public knowledge. There was knowledge inside the public office that Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman had that understood the power of Ripple, the company, and the technology of the XRP ledger, and chose to use that knowledge as a weapon against Ripple and XRP for their own personal gain. I believe that. And I tell you, it turns out to be an insulator, a force field as we move through the next couple years of watching this blistering attack continue inside of crypto. And XRP in and of itself is not a security. And then we talk about custody, which is a foundational block to getting a healthy regulated market. BBVA, a Ripple's Medico become official partners, ladies and gentlemen. We love seeing that, don't we? Yes, we do. And here's more information on it where Medico speaks about it, but you get it. It's about accelerating the digital asset offering to institutional clients. It is a big deal. And what Amazon was to books, as Ripple is to cross-border payments, nobody says it better than Brad Garlinghouse. Take a listen.
Ways I think about what Amazon was to books as Ripple is to cross-border payments. Blockchain technologies can solve and reduce friction of transactions in lots of industries and lots of use cases. Ripple started with cross-border transactions because we felt like the correspondent bank could be disintermediated and improve speed, improve cost, and reduce errors. But there's a lot of other examples like that, and we certainly think there's other vertical industries we'll go after. We've talked a little bit publicly about some things we're doing with the carbon credit marketplaces as one example, but there's some other things that we'll continue to work on to go beyond just books.
Just go beyond just books. Shout out to MetaMan X for that. And you know, it's a reminder that Google has earth, Apple has air, Amazon has fire, Ripple has water. It is the water for the new financial system. XRP still trying to escape the descending channel here from Eggrag Crypto. As you can see, you know, we want to watch out. That 52, 53 cent level may be revisited. And I know what I'm going to do if it does, not financial advice. But ultimately, I am here for the massive ride that is in front of us that can only be brought to us, I personally believe at this point, by mass adoption, use case utility, real application, solving real problems in the financial traditional payments world. And that squarely lines up with Ripple, the company, and XRP, the digital asset, as well as many others, and you know who they are. I'm here for the big gains. Yes, I'm going to take some profits along the way. That's just what I'm doing. But I tell you this, I haven't lost sight of the big picture. And that's what I'm excited about. And now the real conversation is going to begin, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't joined us in the Freedom Zone, it's almost free to join the Freedom Zone. It literally is almost free. All you got to do is click it, join, 20 cents a day, and you won't believe it. 0 Google ads on our daily YouTube videos, and we are tackling topics in here that allow us to have free speech, no censorship, incredible dialogue back and forth. And I tell you, I even open up parts of my life I never thought I would to you guys, and it's just been a blast. And I want you to join the thousands of others in here. Don't mess around. Click the link underneath. Join us. This is one incredible place where we can all hang. And I tell you, should we be silenced, because I have certainly been victim of censorship on the back end of social media platforms over the years, should we ever be silenced, we have this as our high ground where nobody can break that connection between you and I. And if you're looking for a discount for XRP Las Vegas 24, you can join this too, and you'll be guaranteed to get one. I'll catch all of you on the next one.